Episode 180. This guy's one tough nut to crack. Komori's been sitting here all night, trying to get him to do his job, but he simply won't do it, not until Komori decides to help. Just this one. Specifically, we have to kill one young Melia for this guy's quest. Not any Melia that's just around, like that one over there. Those aren't young Melias. I guess they're not good enough for crafting arrows from their branches or something. This episode is pretty much going to be entirely doing side quests, I think. Mainly the three side quests that are needed for the Aether Currents, but also any chains related to that. Which I maybe should have looked up what exactly those chains are to get a better idea of how long this is going to take me. Oh, it shouldn't be too long. It might be the entire episode. Hopefully we're going to be done with the Dravanian Forelands in this episode. I'm sure I'll at least unlock flying, I think. Where's that last current? Be over there to the northwest? Right. Have you the branch? Yeah. And you didn't do any of the work. Many thanks for this. Now let us return to the hunter's camp and be done with it. Okay. Not wasting any time, not when there are so many side quests we have to do. Teleporting if we can. Oh, call me a chocobo's uncle. I'm impressed. You've given me more than your debt called for. These branches will make for fine arrows. Okay, I guess he did gather some of his own. We gathered one, and he's implying plural. So that means this nameless one gathered at least one. Probably more, right? I'm hoping it wasn't just one. We've usually got to send a whole party of hunters to gather this much. Okay, more than two. Probably. Unless it takes a whole party of hunters to gather two, which is crazy. What was the Meliers thrashing about and the Nath lurking in the brush? Even with those scrawny arms and legs, you proved more useful than I thought. Well, what do you have against scrawny arms and legs, Marsa-chan? We were useful? I would say so. To be honest, I didn't expect you to come back with so much. Or to come back at all, for that matter. He did try to ditch you as soon as he left your sight, but I guess he reconsidered because we're keeping a close eye on him. That's why we're the parole officer. We too will be honest. We thought to flee, but this parole officer persuaded us to stay. But we were useful? I said you were, didn't I? In fact, I'll tell you what. Since he brought me back, or brought me more than a fortnight's worth, I'll even throw in a small reward. A sack of gissel greens, to take home to your kin. A reward? You mean more of those tasty greens? For being useful? Those are for chocobos to eat, but sure, you can have them. They're like Scooby snacks, I guess. We tried to find a way to be useful at Los As Vas. We tried, but we could not find our purpose. Well, we hunters ain't like to turn away an extra pair of hands, beastmen or not. And we offer fair pay to adventurers willing to take on the more dangerous tasks. Ain't that right, Komori? Adventurer? There are those who travel the wilds of their own accord, risk life and limb, all for the sake of these rewards. What an experience it must be to go from being like part of a hive mind to just thinking on your own. He clearly has a bunch of preset knowledge or whatever from being part of the hive mind, just like hunters and knowledge or language and just general stuff, but obviously just doing things with free will are completely foreign to him, including the adventurer profession and probably entire swaths of the human experience, or though whatever experience. Still. Such excitement, such fortune. We want to become an adventurer. I can't say I've come across an adventurer who requested Gissel Greens as a reward, but we'd be willing to compensate for honest work. If it's food you're after, I'm sure we could arrange for some spare cuts of meat too. More crunchy greens and juicy flesh? Enough to feed our colony. We will relay this to the storyteller at once. You got something else for me while we're out? Was this part of his chain or... Damn, I really should have looked this up. He already gave us one Aether Current before, and now he's giving us another. I don't recall if that salt thing is part of his, like the follow-up to his other Aether Current quest. I'd hate to pause the episode and look it up, but we'll see. One of my men was attacked by a chocobo. You might think that's a common story, what with all the hunting we do, but I'm told this one was unnaturally big. Of course, in the end, size doesn't matter. We can't be having our quarry stalking us. That's why I'm planning to capture the beast before it harms any more of my men. I already know you as a reliable handler of the birds. That's why I need your help tracking it down. Think you can lend old Moss a champ a hand one more time? If the prospect piques your interest, it'd be best to start off by asking the leaders of my camps what they know of the monster. Come back and share your findings with me when you're done. Didn't we do this exact same thing for his other Aether Current quest? Talk to his three camp leaders. This is the same quest. For the same reward. How weird. Well, there's probably more to it than that, right? We're gonna have to like fight this big chocobo or something? Or is that gonna be the follow-up to this? Flying can't come soon enough. From the way I heard it, one of the hunters was attacked unprovoked, and got knocked unconscious by a single kick. Ain't never heard of a chocobo doing that. Okay, these guys really need like link pearls or something. Could have conveyed that pretty easily if you had one. They're not exactly new technology, I don't think. And again, maybe they're something expensive. I previously wondered that before. Might not be something that everyone can get. Would be terribly useful for these guys that are specifically sitting out here in these remote camps away from the main camp or whatever. Get like a landmine or something. You ain't never seen a chocobo like this one. Monstrous it was, with a razor-sharp beak. See that cage there? Blasted chocobo pulled the door right off its hinges. Most like it was trying to rescue the bird inside. All good for the bird. It's bad enough with all the other beasts we gotta contend with. I'll barely be able to make a living if things continue on like this. No. I always forget. Or, not always, but it's only been like a day or so, but I can now mount while walking. I don't have to stop every time I do it. It's just force of habit. All muscle memory. To stop and then hit the mount button. In fact, now that I can move while doing it, I could even put it on a different part of the hotbar. I think that'll just cause more problems though. Right, have to go all the way around for this one. Flying can't come soon enough. Guess I'll do all of the flying stuff for the Aether Current quest before I continue all of these side chain quest things. Or side quest chain things. That bird ain't scared of us hunters, I can tell you that much. It's rare one of us comes away from an encounter with it unscathed. I've been hunting most of my life, but I can't imagine going on having to risk my neck, or worse, every time I leave the camp. Alright, it really was just the same quest as the first one he gave us. Actually, while we're here, because there's no teleportation over here, let's complete this, then teleport back to complete that, and then we teleport to Enix Shrine for, well, I guess the main quest would come first. Okay. We're gonna continue the main quest until we're ready to leave, but not actually leave. And then we wrap up all of the side stuff. That's the plan now. Just for the purpose of getting all of the Aether Currents, which includes one over here through this quest, or this quest here, which I'm uncomfortable taking until we get permission to go there from Rudolfnir, which is part of the main quest, the whole reason we killed Ravana. And also the Aether Current that's just out in the world is somewhere over here, which is also past Enix Shrine. I remember, I think, having a hard time finding that one. I'm gonna pick these up in a weird order, but let's do this. This first. Thank you, Hunter, for bringing our nameless brother back. We hope he was not a burden to you, or a burden on you. Well, he was. She is no hunter, storyteller. She is an adventurer, and we are a burden no more. Look at what we have brought you. What strange-looking plants. Yet they have such a delightfully bitter taste. We have other good news. We have found our purpose. We will become an adventurer too. If we work hard, the hunters promise to reward us with food. Food for the colony. You mean the hunters of the East? We thought it's safer to limit contact with them, but they gave you such delicious rewards. You have done well, nameless one. With your newfound purpose, we are sure you will ease the hunger of your brothers and sisters. But trading with the hunters will not solve all of our woes. Much more is required for our survival. Yes, much more. Our colony is falling to disrepair. We need metals for our defenses. We need clay for our walls. The One Mind knows this. They seek to impoverish us. A few of our non-mind brothers tried to steal such things from Los Asnas. Hard to pronounce that. The TH. Los Asnas. They never returned. The Overmind rages at what he sees as boldness. Even though we are mere leeches, partaking of tiny drops of their blood. Tiny drops. Even leeches do not loathe their own host as much as we. It is shameful that we must still rely on the One Mind to survive. You can rely on us, storyteller. We shall travel the realm and offer our services in exchange for resources. We will bring back precious rewards from beyond. Travel a realm? You mean to cross the hunter's borders to lands beyond? Name this one, it is too dangerous. Fear not, it is what adventurers do. To explore unknown lands, meet their peoples, obtain greater rewards, strengthen the colony. Okay, suddenly you're an expert on adventurers, but that's fine. I like the gusto. You speak strongly of your purpose. Very well. Should you succeed, we can sever ourselves from the One Mind completely. We can truly become our own masters. But do not become a pest, seeking work where there is none. The hunters may take offense at your eagerness to obtain rewards. How will you know when your services are required? An Adventurers Guild. A place to exchange information and gather requests from others. Name this one. No such place exists here. If this is your solution, you must start your own. But I am certain you will not be alone. Some of your brothers and sisters still want for purpose. Seek them out. An Adventurers Guild. There's much to do. But first we will introduce you to our brothers. Come, come. Our very own Adventurers Guild. I didn't realize that we would be getting into it right now, but we're doing this now. Maybe this will be taking up a decent portion of the episode. We'll see. We tried to peddle like the vendor once. He mocked our wares, calling them no better than stones and sticks. Well, your name is Stick Peddler, so they were sticks and stones, right? Oh, he's explaining that specifically right now. So we took that name. We do not know if our wares are as useful as his. We only know that we enjoy peddling. This is a stick peddler. He peddles sticks. Yeah, I figured. He lost his connection with the Overmind near the same time as we did. There was one other, but we do not see him. You mean the Kenai? He saw shadows fly across the colony. He was hungry, and said he would hunt the shadows east, toward the river. He could not have gone far, for he fears the water. Fears it much. He would never cross the river unless it was near the bridge. Wise Vast know to avoid the bridge, for ferocious dragons often lurk near it. Could it be they were the shadows that the Kenai saw? Brave adventurer, could you check the bridge while we search the area for the Kenai? You could be in trouble. But do not slay the dragons if you see them. Dead dragons will invite reprisals. We will lend you one of our Kongamato. We have fitted it with a contraption, which sprays a putrid smoke, which irritates but does not wound. Yes, irritates. We got too close to it once. Most irritating. The Kongamato are unaccustomed to fleshling riders. If you fall off, talk to the stick peddler. He will help you get back on. Now let us find the Kenai. Stick peddler. Stick peddler. Ride the Kongamato to the bridge and use its spray on any ferocious dragons you see. I thought we were just kind of turning in the quest, but we're doing this now. So yeah, this is the mount for, not really spoiler alert, the society that we're just unlocking right now, the NAS Society. I mean, it's following the same tropes or whatever. Oh wait, no, we're going this way. The pattern, as the other society quests we're accustomed to. The beast tribe that is split off from, well, the portion of the beast tribe that's split off from the rest of them. The ones that don't summon, you ally yourself with those. That's what this society is, so no surprise there. Not all societies in the entire game, Final Fantasy XIV, are just going to be this same thing, but I guess it kind of follows this trend for a while. What are you doing, little dragons? Get out of here. Yeah, it burns. I don't like this game anymore. Oh, why do you do this? Go back home. Is it walking on those legs? I never noticed. I usually just fly on this thing. Because it's faster. Those are legs, huh? I never knew. They are legs, right? Is it standing right now? On the ground? I guess it is. I mean, obviously, characters just kind of hover on the ground. Your own character, your own player model does that, but even though it's kind of hovering a little bit off the ground, I think it's supposed to be standing on those two legs. And walking on them. I remember this wasn't my favorite mount just because of... Well, I couldn't really make head or tail of it. I mean, literally you can, but... just the shape of it is kind of... It isn't exactly a dragonfly, not with those legs. It's got all this gear on it, which is kind of interesting looking. But I guess I never really gave it a good look because I just had other mounts I was interested in at the time. Anyway. We thought we were finished. We could not hope to surpass one dragon, let alone two. Actually, I didn't even notice the keen eye. I just kind of sprayed some gas on the dragons and forgot about this guy. I'm glad he found his way out though. The Kongamaro must wear masks for protecting them from the putrid smoke. It is a shame, for their faces are quite endearing. Yes, quite endearing. He is the keen eye. So he named himself, for he never tires of discovery. He returned to the hive soon after you departed, to search the bridge. It's a fun thing, the idea of naming yourself. Are there any cultures that do that? Like, maybe you have like a family name or something, but then you choose your own name at a certain point in time. Obviously, most cultures don't do that because your parents just give you the name, but it seems like something that could be possible. I don't actually know. Did I read all this? He returned to the hive soon after you departed to search the bridge. Oh, I see. So he wasn't even there. That's why I didn't see him. We are grateful to you for your assistance. We enjoy exploring the lands near the colony, but we were careless in our search for curious things. Our nameless brother tells us he will open an adventurers guild in Los Azuas. It was not long ago that we too yearned for purpose, and we will gladly join him in this mission. A keen eye, a peddler, and a nameless one who is after the adventuring profession seems like a good group to start an adventurers guild. They all seem like they would be out and about. Then it is decided. The keen eye will help us find many opportunities for adventure. Many opportunities. But our guild is not yet complete. We are unsure of the actual trade of adventuring. How to find things, how to fight things. We cannot do it without an experienced teacher. Kind adventurer, will you teach us your ways? Click, click. Very well. Wonderful, wonderful. From now on we shall call on you as a master of the craft. Master. And actually, before I continue, that whole thing, click click, I will, that response, following that same trend again, with the other societies from A Realm Reborn, like when you accept to do their society quests, you kind of respond to them with that same fun little mimicking, or I guess it would be more like aping their speech pattern. Maybe it's kind of rude in a way, but I always thought it was kind of like bridging the gap, trying to be like them or something like that. Anyway. Leave the construction of the guild to us. The keen eye will be on the lookout for our hunter friends and any requests they may have. But there are very few adventurers to carry out the tasks now. Very few. In fact, only you. We were hoping you could show us how it is done. The storyteller told me he is most pleased with your deeds to our colony. Consider us friends. And from now on, let us work together for the guild. And now that we have found purpose, I, shall be nameless no longer. As long as I long to have so deft an arm in adventuring, I shall call myself, Deft Arm. And there it is. It was just a sheer cliff face or something before, or an empty room, but they completely destroyed the wall that was blocking off the room, and now it's an adventurer's guild. The nameless one is now called the Vast Deft Arm, and an adventurer's guild has been constructed in Los Aspas. The Hunters of Tailfeather are now clients of the Adventurers Guild. I always liked that, how certain societies can make the world change in this way. The way they do this is pretty interesting, like obviously, just based on how you can look at the map here. We're right here at the edge of the playable space. The space beyond here is unplayable, even though there's like a floor behind the counter. There's an invisible wall here because they don't actually change the world, they just change the way that it looks. So this is still just like a sheer rock face or whatever, to anybody that hasn't done that quest just now. It's all for like compliance or whatever. Nobody can like hop through this wall, or rather, it wouldn't look like you were hopping through this wall for a player that hasn't done that quest because you're not allowed to go through. So even though it's like a minor disappointment that you can't go through this wall, it is interesting that they are able to change the world in ways like this. And other society quests do similar things. I think they're the main ones that do this kind of thing. And it makes me think that, well, maybe we'll get back to this later, but let's just say the reconstruction in Ishgard, following the attack that happened at the very end of A Realm Reborn, is going to be going on for a while. And I feel like they should implement this technology towards that. But, maybe we'll rehash that later. And we'll rehash these society quests later. Later this episode, probably. If I unlock flying, so we can do those quickly. For now, we're in the middle of trying to stop a war, so we're going to continue the main quest over here. Maybe do this quest, if it takes us in the same direction as the main quest. And then get the Aether Current over here. And that should be everything we need after we turn in this one to unlock flying. I don't think we're actually going to get to some of these quest chains like I thought to. Like I thought we would today. I know this was one of them, and I think this was also part of the chain. Do I want to do them after the main story, or... Nah. I'll figure it out. Right, we already heard this from them. These two. Look at them. It's like symmetry. Okay, sorry to keep you waiting. Oh, we needed to do this for the Aether Current anyway. Right. Shall we be on our way to XIV then? I would not have the dragons think that we have forgotten our bargain. Alright, and in the interest of not wasting time, already unlocked this fast travel point. We still haven't technically talked to Vidofnir about, like, being allowed to go through here. Not yet. Just pretend you didn't see us. Pretend that we entered from this way, from this door over here. And here we are in XIV. Sen Ito is here to greet us. The child of man enters XIV. Interesting. Who are you? I am Senito. My brothers and sisters are as one under Hraesvelgr. We purge this place of all who bear us ill will. We seek quiet and calm. Those who deny us will be met with fangs and claws. Heed me, mortal. Should you disturb the peace of our home, we will know. What is this place? Enix Trine is the work of man in ages past, but man has long forgotten the fruits of his labor. The origins of Enix Trine are not our concern. These grounds are silent. They suit our needs. Enix Trine is our home now. Okay. So, this is just one of those NPCs. One of those who are you and what do you do here NPCs. I actually didn't expect a big dragon like this to be one of those NPCs. But I'm glad we ran into him. And now we can also get little side quests from little dragons. Actually, that's probably what this one is, this blue one. Just a little dragon asking for something. A lesson in humility. Sounds right. Will the dragon now honor her word? That remains to be seen. You should be the one to break the news. The victory was yours after all. I guess you helped, maybe. Vidofnir will be pleased to hear of Lord Ravana's defeat, and of his pledge to recall his soldiers. Thou art returned, little one. Hast thou abandoned thine ill-conceived contest with the Ness? Nay, my friend, we return in triumph. By Komor's hand was the beastman's god, Lord Ravana laid low. In his overconfidence, the Primal swore to withdraw his followers from your lands in the event of his defeat, a promise we believe he will keep. The Nash shall trouble you no longer. The deity is slain, then? How didst thou contend with his biting blades? But the particulars matter not. Thou hast fulfilled thy promise, and I shall fulfill mine. Attend me, mortals. Hie you unto the deepest reaches of morn, and there you shall find Halo, the altar from which you may begin your ascent to the summit of Somal. But be fairly warned, the minions of Nidhogg shall not lightly suffer your presence on that sacred mountain. By your struggles within the cavern shall I judge your party possessed of sufficient fortitude to proceed. We shall not disappoint you, Vidofnir. If memory serves, the Cavern of Morn is entered from the second floor of the central tower. Let us begin the climb. Same dialogue. They don't mind that we ride our chocobo like indoors, right? Do they wipe their dragon claws before coming in here or something? Oh, this is a different dragon. I didn't realize, I guess I forgot. There were other dragons like this. Without wings, you must take this passage to scale the tower. Above you will find more of my kin, but beware of the Cave of Morn. And here we are at the second floor. No, wait, we're not there yet. I don't think. The stairs continue a little bit longer. Flying can't come fast soon enough. It's Koshtar, or Koshtar. The bridge beyond this chamber leads to Morn. It is a place of silence. Tread softly to its halls. We're going where for the main quest? Oh, all the way over there. Okay. Way over there. I guess when Vidofnir was talking about trials, she was talking about making your way over there or something. So the entrance is over that way, but there's also a third floor. Don't fall. And there's also a side quest. I sense a great power within you. Yes, you will make a suitable adversary. Our younglings must learn the hardships of battle. You will find them just beyond the tower. Go, and hold nothing back. Beating up some children, huh? It wouldn't be the first time for Komor. Let's just see about that third floor, though, just to see the sights. I forget how many floors there are here. It's a really tall tower, so I don't think you go all the way to the top, but maybe with flying you can? Just more quests, huh? And an exit that isn't the one we're supposed to take for the main quest. But we're gonna do the side quest first, though. Where is that thing, anyway? To the north. It must be inside Morn. They must have put it alongside the main quest pass. Like they did the other ones. Oh, we can't actually drop off here. That's a problem for me. Okay. Then this way. There's like a hole here, right? Right here? Yeah. We'll live. You're a flying chocobo. You can take it. This is just flying with style or whatever. Falling with style? Toy Story. Now where are these dragon kids? Is this where all the kids hang out these days? Battle with you? I would rather not waste my time. Perhaps Comgon would find amusement in something so trivial. I take no pleasure in preying on the weak. If you cannot best score, I have no business with you. I see. Smallest to largest, then. Okay. That's your hierarchy? Or where I'm from, the smallest are the toughest. That's me. That's Komor. We're the toughest. I don't understand. Man is not fit to battle with dragons. Nevertheless, I will do as father asks. Think you can handle us, can you? Handle this? Kind of a rude thing to do to a little dragon kid. Shoot them in the face. But they're dragons, they can take it, right? I hope so. How dare you do such a thing to Comgon? You may have beaten him, but your games end here. Okay, your turn. Is this one maybe tougher? Got more of a health pool or something? Kind of. Maybe you can handle this better than your friend? No, couldn't take the hot shot. Oh, that's not possible. My brothers will make you pay. But how? Where did you obtain such power? Well, that one, what are we called again? Machinists, yeah. The Machinist Guild. Over in Ishgard. If you ask nicely, maybe they'll give you a gun. You've got, like, opposable claws, right? I'm sure you could use a gun. Dragon with a gun. There's an idea. No matter. Comkur will deal with you yet. What trickery is this? I will not let you make a mockery of me and my brothers. Toughest one yet. Here. Take this on for size. We call this a rook. Fight. We should probably help the rook. So this is the strength of man? Perhaps we've underestimated your kind. Your strength impresses me. Perhaps your kind are not the frail creatures I thought them to be. You defeated Comcur. I don't believe it. Okay. Let's do this. Teleport here. Turn in that quest, then turn in the other quest. And then get our last Aether Current. Yeah, that works. Over... right, Marthachamp. So I guess we're not fighting the big Chocobo, or whatever, as part of his quest, or other. It's going to come up in its quest line later. This is part of the reason why I don't like abandoning these quests, or the quest line, just after you get the Aether Current. I know most people probably do that, but then you leave threads like this hanging. This is just the introduction to this whole menacing giant Chocobo questline. A Chocobo that big. Hunting it could prove an interesting game. Seems that Chocobo's been stirring up trouble all around the forest. While you were gathering information, I went out and checked traps that are set up around Tailfeather. Ain't nothing left of them but scattered straw and broken wood. Can't say we've ever dealt with a problem like this one. Might be that this Chocobo is taking some kind of revenge on us hunters. And these acts are a means of provoking us. By all accounts, this Chocobo is stronger and more cleverer than the rest. Okay, I said cleverer, he said clever. I expect capturing it won't be a simple feat. Yeah, and then he's got the Chocobo thing. We'll do that when we have flying. Then over here... gotta climb these stairs, hopefully for one more time. And then we can fly. Right, next set of stairs. And then we're on the actual second floor. And here we are. So the younglings have learned their place. Do not worry. My intention is not to foster ill relations, but to teach. The younglings grow too prideful, doubting the strengths of men. But thanks to you, they now understand. Yeah, we're strong. And pose. There you go. We're strong. That's Komori's we're strong pose. And if I've been accounting for this right, we should just need... yeah. The quest and the one that's just out here in the world. Oh. There is no response. What happened to this one? Is this part of a quest? It's just kind of here. What do they do to their... they're dead? Do they bury them? Probably not. Maybe like... a pyre, funeral pyre or something? $130 to the north. There it is. Vinegaroon, like vinegar. What a strange name for a T-Rex looking creature. Vinegar. And now just the quest. Is this a volcano? No. Just a dreary looking red cave. There's more to it over that way. Guess we'll clear out the map again when we have flying. Flying can't come soon enough. Are you... okay, this one's breathing. Burn it down. Burn them all. Snore. So how does this lead up the mountain? Is it just more teleporting? Damn, it turned around. Alright, we're here. How do we get up? What's this thing? Hey, that's... Isn't that... I don't think I ever noticed this before. Isn't that the logo for Heavensward? Maybe? I'm sure... I may be just imagining it. I just see a dragon and... I think it's the Heavensward logo. It probably looks nothing like this. I'll have to check sometime. After this episode. Or maybe while this cutscene is going, I can do it on my phone. Okay, that isn't the Heavensward logo. The Heavensward logo is just a flying dragon, basically. Kind of. Yeah, I don't know why I thought that was a dragon. I guess the wing position was like facing the correct location, or the correct direction, and the head was also angled downwards or something. Or maybe they just look nothing alike. Anyway. Well done, little one. As promised, I shall open the way to Sam'al's summit for thee and thy companions. You can just do that, huh? With the glow of your eyes? Is that how that works? Oh. Heed me now, children of man. The domain you seek to enter has not seen visitors of your kind in nigh on 1,000 years. Though I freely grant you passage, your presence will not be welcomed. To my kin, this mountain is revered as holy ground and resting place both. Were you the minions of Nidhogg during your ascent? For 'tis certain they shall take great offense at your intrusion. We are grateful for your warnings, gentle Vidofnir. My final words are for thee, Dragoon. Have care to keep the stolen power thou wieldest in check, lest it breed further despair. And off she goes. Estinian. The way is open. Let us not tarry here. A moment. Shall we blindly forge on, knowing the dangers that await us? Tillman herself is set to guard this peak. I do not fear Nidhogg's consort. Any dragon foolish enough to bar our pass shall feel the sting of my lance. Spoken like a true butcher. Need I remind you that we are come to parley a peace? Let us be clear, heretic. 'Twas to save Ishgard and her people that I first lent my support to this doubtful venture, and 'tis for their sake that I go now to speak with Hraesvelgr. But I said nothing of Tiamat. Should the opportunity present itself to rid my people of one of their deadliest enemies, I shall take it. That is my duty as the Azure Dragoon. You are beyond redemption. We will accomplish nothing by bickering. If we are to meet with Hraesvelgr, our path leads up the mountain. We shall defend ourselves if attacked, but avoid conflict wherever possible. What other choice do we have? Okay, this is a problem for me. We don't actually get the Aether Current until we complete this dungeon, which means I can't actually wrap up everything in this area, like all of the quests I want to do, until I actually leave the area. What to do? We shall defend ourselves. No, wait, that's the same thing. And a dragon lost to anger is beyond all control. This I learned to my sorrow when I unleashed the horde upon Ishgard. Yeah, again, that was always strange to me. I mean, again, just hearing about it on my second character here just recently. She opened up the gates, like the barrier that kept the dragons out, for them, even like killed some people to do that? What reason did she do that, for other than having the dragons raze the city to the ground? I still don't quite understand, like, what her supposed intention was, other than that. If she's feeling this kind of remorse for it. Did she think that they would, like, walk in to do some peace talks or something? I don't think so. I feel the weight of Dravanian rancor pressing down upon me. Yeah, so about that. Can't exactly see up from here, but this thing shot a beam of light towards the big floating thing that appears here on the map. I actually forgot, even after coming here as Komori up until just now, if this dungeon Somal was the mountain like below that floating thing here that you climb up, or if it was the actual floating thing that you're actually doing the dungeon on. Turns out it's the floating thing, which is interesting, or more interesting than just the thing beneath it. But I didn't actually realize if it was, well, if there was any like architecture on this thing when looking at it from afar. But yeah, I've learned for the second time, that's where this dungeon is. This time I won't forget. So actually, I'm not going to enter this dungeon this time. Just going to kill time with side quests as usual, but... Okay, I was wondering. This is new. This was not in the game, so this is the first time that we've gotten, well, this kind of thing. So to preface, dungeons in Final Fantasy XIV were previously only multiplayer content. To make your way through the story, you had to like do this with a group of 4 that you found through the duty finder, and you still have to do that for a bunch of things that don't have duty support, I think. Most things don't, or most things do now, like most dungeons. But not trials, and even the most recent trials are still, by design, not something that you can do with a party of NPCs, for the most part or whatever. Then they started adding in duty support for like things in later expansions, like starting in Shadowbringers, and then they introduced that back into A Realm Reborn and further in. In A Realm Reborn, they added in a bunch of nameless NPCs, Scion, whatever, Marauder, Thaumaturge, etc. That just kind of help you along those dungeons, no real characters. But when they looped back in to here, Heavensward, to add in NPC support for these dungeons, they made it so that you party up with these characters, who were previously just kind of doing nothing, not really with you on the adventure, just kind of standing here while you and your party of player characters went through the dungeon. But they saw this as a perfect opportunity to make it so that these 3 characters that you're adventuring with are the ones that you go through the dungeon with. It's almost like, what's the word? Serendipity. That you have Healer Alphinode, Dragoon DPS Estinian, and... Actually, why is Assail a tank? I wonder. I guess I would have thought she would maybe, like, be a healer, but... I wonder. If you were a healer, Alphinode would probably become a DPS, right? Because he's an academician. He is both a summoner and a healer at once. Estinian has to be a DPS all the time, that's fine. But if you were a tank, I guess, yeah, Ysail would become a DPS in your place. What exactly does Ysail do? I guess I'll find out next time. So yeah, I'm not actually going to enter this with a party of with a player party. Because this is entirely new to me. This whole experience of having these NPC characters in this dungeon. And all of Heavensward at that. It'll be interesting. But I'll have to save it for next time. Luckily I can just accept the Oh wait, can I? No. I can't actually enter it with a group of with the NPCs from this menu. I'm gonna have to actually walk all the way back here when I want to do the dungeon. Damn. Well, that's fine. I'll just do that off screen or something. For now, I'm just going to kill some time with one of these side quests that Actually, let's do the chocobo. We'll help with the Adventurers Guild when we have flying for real. But we'll just do this one shortly to round off the time in the episode. Start the next episode with the actual dungeon, get flying, and come back here, finish off all of these quest chain things, yeah. It seems that Wild Chocobo has it out for us hunters. And when one of their kind gets something like that in its head, ain't no way it'll ever be fit for riding. The only choice we have now is to put the bird down, rare as it might be. Kind of an extreme. I mean, it's only seeking revenge for its kind, but I guess that's just how it is out here in the wilds, right? Gotta tame nature for the sake of your own or something. At least you're not picking a fight with the dragons, or anything else sentient. Sapient? Whatever. This job will require all the hands I've got, and you've proven to be a stout ally to us hunters. I want you to go along with my best trackers and find out where this monstrous chocobo lays its roost. The whereabouts of that chocobo won't be a mystery for long. Let's see. A broken trap was discovered in the vicinity of the Wilhelm River. That'd be a good place to start our search. Off we go. Probably not going to actually fight this giant chocobo this episode. It'll probably be a few more quests in this chain before that. Where? Oh, that's the chocobo. It is kind of bigger than normal. It's hard to tell since I'm smaller than normal. Everything just seems big. That was close, but I'll be alright. Don't let the bird get away. Follow it. Okay, I guess we are fighting the giant chocobo this episode. Probably. I thought it'd be like a bigger deal, like one of the red chocobos or something. It's just a very big chocobo. In a way that kind of makes it feel sadder. It's just kind of like a normal mook. That would be the proper term, right? Or just like a random mob enemy that decided to get really swole as a mook can get, to exact revenge for its mook brethren, and here we are putting it down. Kind of sad. In another story, this thing would be the hero of its people. God's damn, that smarts. After the chocobo, before it gets away. Que. Hate to do this to you. Bring out our own chocobo. Can't exactly weave that maneuver using an item. Takes a little bit too long. Yeah, our chocobo is positively tiny compared to this thing. How does it feel? Probably not good, short stack. Fighting your own. Ain't never seen such fight in a chocobo before. But it's all over now, I suppose. Don't worry about me. I can manage my way back to camp in a bit. Could you go ahead and tell the chief, though? And it is done. What? You've gone and done the deed already? Well, I'm disappointed I missed the fight. But I'm glad to see you and my men are still in one piece. Chocobos are smarter than they look. So if they start attacking people like you and me, you've got no choice but to put them down. Well, if they're smarter than they look, maybe you can teach them. But I guess they're not as smart as you might hope. They don't give me any pleasure, but it's gotta be done. Okay. Well, We did all this work for you, so the least you can do is offer us a drink. I hope no one drank from this yet. Hate to get the backwash. Now would be a good time to take a break.